Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Techie Code Buddy. I hope you are doing extremely well and your interview preparation is also going well. Well guys, in my previous video you have requested me to make a video on how to explain project. So in this video we will be seeing how you can explain your project in your interview as well as how you should describe your project in your resume. I will give you a free PDF for all the things like free cheat sheet it would be that is going to be very helpful for you related to your project questions as well as another thing related to your project related to your resume, so it is going to be very helpful for you. But before starting the video, I would suggest you, if you have not watched this video till now, common mistakes to avoid in interviews, make sure to watch this video because this video is really very important for you. In this video I have talked about 5 common mistakes that usually fresher do, and that's why they get rejection. So make sure to avoid these mistakes in your interviews, right? Apart from it, if you are preparing for your interview, doesn't matter you are preparing for Accenture interview, LTI interview, Cognizant, Capgemini, on my channel you will find lots of content related to interview and related to your placement preparation. Also, some days ago I have launched my TopMate account where you can find the interview preparation related material in super affordable prices. Already 200 people have taken the material. If you see here, this is the common interview cracker for all the companies, all the MNCs like Accenture, Cognizant, Capgemini, LTI, TCS, etc. So what you will find in this technical interview cracker, so if we see, so these are the roles covered in it, right? And cheat sheets included 40 plus HR and MR interview questions along with the answer, project specific question and answer, all the questions related to your project will be covered here, right? 50 plus interview experiences of different companies, top 30 plus coding interview questions, top DSC interview question, DSC revision guide, top 30 plus DBMS interview questions, SQL handwritten notes, OOPS interview question, C++, Java, Python interview question, and networking, operating system, and software engineering question and answer. All the things are covered here, and in just 77 rupees, you can take it, right? Overall rating is 4.7 out of 5, and you can see the testimonial as well. If you are specifically focusing on Accenture, so this is about Accenture, like what you will get 10 plus Accenture interview experiences, top HR and MR interview question, 30 plus DBMS interview question, SQL handwritten notes, OOPS, C++, Java and Python interview question, networking question, and operating system. Right. So in this, like project related question are not there, DSC revision guide is not there. That is covered in technical interview cracker, right? If you are focusing on LTM entry, so you can have a look. These are the things you can get. And if you are preparing for another, like you are preparing for Capgemini or Cognizant, so you can have a look here, you can click here and you can check the details and then you can get, right? And if you want to book mock interview, so you can click on one-to-one call, and according to the schedule and my availability, you can book your slot, right? So yeah, that's all. So let's start with the video now. In this video, what we are going to see. Okay, so let me start with the video. So in this video, we will be seeing how you can explain for like CSIT student as well as non-CSIT students, I would say, right? So first, let's start. What is the agenda of this video is, we will be seeing how you can explain the projects in front of a recruiter, that means in interviews, and how you should describe your project in your resume. Otherwise, your ATS score will be down. Like ATS, resume ATS score will be down, and that's why your resume is not getting shortlisted in anywhere, right? Okay, so let's start. So there are some steps to explain the project in your interview. So the very first step is project introduction. Objective and problem statement. We will be talking about each or everything. First, let's discuss the steps. First is project introduction, then objective and problem statement, then tech stack. Tech stack means what are the technologies, what are the programming languages you have used in your project. Then the fourth is your role. So if your project is a team project, so what was your role? So we will be discussing this, how we can describe this thing. Or if your project was solo project, so how you should answer that type of questions. Okay, then what are the challenges you have faced or any failure you have faced? So these things will be covered in this phase. Then what are the key learnings or key takeaways from your project? Okay, now let's discuss one by one. So, if we talk about project introduction, so it should be a one-liner. So, what you have to tell, like what you have to cover is begin by stating the project's title in a single line, mentioning the core objective and technologies used. For example, so I have taken a simple example, like I worked on an e-commerce website using React.js for the front end and Node.js for the back end to provide a smooth user experience. So this is how you can introduce your project, right? This is the title that I have worked on an e-commerce website using this tech stack, right? So just one liner explain is enough, right? Then the next point is now you have to define your problem statement. What was your objective to build this project or to develop this project, and what is the exact problem statement of this particular project? So how you should explain? So explain the problem your project solves or the need to address. Like whatever your project do, right? You have to explain that this is the particular problem and my project solve this particular problem. So this is how you have to explain. Now the like I would say the tip to address it is keep it simple and impactful. For technical roles, interviewers are interested in your ability to identify real world issues. So always recruiter wants to hear something that you are telling that my project have solved this real world issue. Like because in IT industry, you will be knowing that like they are solving the real world problem. So they want that you should be aware of these facts that how you can solve the real world problem or your project should be like this that yes, you are actually solving a real world problem. So how you can explain it or how you can state this. So the project aims to simplify online shopping by creating a seamless multi-vendor platform where users can compare prices and purchase product efficiently. So what's the problem you are solving or what's the real problem, real world problem your project is solving? So what is that? You can compare prices, you can compare the purchase products efficiently. So this is the real world problem that my project is solving, right? Now the next thing is don't worry, this video is going to be very helpful for you because five sample projects I have taken. I have listed down all the description of these, how you should mention in your resume and how you should explain in your project. I will be giving you cheat sheet. So stay tuned with me. I will be showing you all the things and the cheat sheet is really going to be very helpful for you and for you. Right. I will tell you in last that how you can access this cheat sheet, but stay tuned with me because meanwhile I will be guiding you regarding the same. Right. Now, when you are talking about your tech stack, your technologies you used in your project, so how you should mention? So briefly mention the languages. What languages, programming languages you have used, such as Python, Java, C++, etc. And any framework. If you are using any framework, so mention that or any tool you have used. Right. Then be prepared to justify why you choose these technologies. Suppose you have built a website. So website can be built using React.js, AngularJS. So why did you choose React.js only? Why didn't you choose AngularJS? So these type of cross questions they can ask you. So you should be prepared for the cross questions. Right. Now example is I use Monolithic technology that stands for MongoDB, Express, React.js, and Node.js because it allows for faster development and scalability for a full stack application. So you should have the reason why did you choose so, right? So these are all the things that you should mention and you should take a note of it. Now moving on to the next point. So the next is your role in project. So explain your contribution to the project, whether you have handled the front end part or back end part or database part or overall architecture. As here we have taken the sample example of front end, of a website, right? But your project can be related to ML or your project related to core programming. So don't worry, I have taken some sample projects that you people usually build, right? So similar type of projects I have taken. I will be showing you all the things. So just make focus here. Right. Okay. Now the next is for group projects, it is important to focus on your part, but mention that it was a team effort. So if you have made a team project, so mainly focus on your part, whatever you have done, but do not forget to mention that yes, it was a team effort, it was a team project. Now, how you can explain? So this is the example. My role was to develop the backend APIs, which included user authentication, payment gateway integration, and ensuring data security, etc. Right? This is how you can mention. Right. Now the next thing is, so next thing if we see, so they can ask you like what were the challenges you have faced, right? So how you should talk about it? Talk about technical challenges. Don't tell some like irrelevant things, type of things you should avoid to tell about. You should talk about technical challenges because this is IT industry. They want to hear something related to technical only, right? Technical challenges you have faced during the development and how you solve them. Don't only just talk about challenges you have faced, but also talk about how you solved them, what was your approach to solve them, how you could overcome all of these things that you have faced during your project. Okay, so example is one of the challenges was managing user sessions in a distributed environment. I solved this by implementing JWT tokens and setting up a Redis cache for session management. So this was the challenge and how I solved, you have covered it. Now, if we see the next thing, outcome and result. So this is very important. So mention the results of your project and how you validated it, whether through user testing, simulation, or real-world implementation. So example is the platform successfully handles 1,000 plus users in real time and reduced response time by 30% using optimization techniques. So you should talk about the outcomes and results. Now, if we see what is the future scope or improvements, because sometimes recruiter can ask you that if you will get time, so what are the improvements you want to do in it, in your project, or what is the future scope of your project? So you should discuss about that you can improve or any features you plan to add. This shows forward thinking. Like this approach will show like uh, you are just not like just build and let's end it. No, you are a futuristic person. You want to add something. You want to keep learning. You want to keep adding the functionality in your project, right? You are a kind of updated person. So example is in the future, I plan to add AI-based recommendations to improve the user experience further. Right. So this is how you can explain. Now let's talk about what are the key learning. So you should highlight the key skills or concept you have learned, such as working with the specific database, improving coding efficiency, or learning about deployment. And as well as you can say like I learned teamwork, I learned collaboration, business risk. So you can mention like that. Now, if we talk about key takeaways, so you can have a look here. Now, don't worry, as I have promised that I will be providing you how you should explain your project for CSIT student as well as non-CSIT students. So don't worry, in the cheat sheet, I have provided you separately that how you should mention. After this PPT, I will be showing you the cheat sheet. So wait for it. So common tips for all the branches, be concise and to the point. Don't explain any redundant thing. Like just don't waste your time as well as the time of recruiter. So when explaining your project, focus on key points that are relevant to the job role you are applying for. Next is practice beforehand. So you can present to the project smoothly and confidently. So before your actual interview, you should practice a lot. Like you should practice how you will explain your project, how will you describe the project, and how will you handle all the cross questions related to your resume, related to your skills, or related to your project. So you should take your mock interviews itself, right? The next is prepare for follow-up questions. So related to your technology challenges and future scope, as interviewers often deep digger into your explanation. So for a fresher, their introduction and project plays an important role, or I would say the whole role is kind of 90% role is of your project and your introduction. How did you introduce yourself? So on the basis of that, you are hired or not, this thing will be decided. Okay. Now, I have taken some sample examples that usually you will in your BTech or BCA journey, right? So, first project I have taken is facial recognition attendance system. How you should explain in your resume. So, this is for resume description, right? So, suppose you have a facial recognition attendance system or kind of relatable project. So, first of all, you should mention project title. So, this is your project title. Then what are the core technologies you have used, like in Python, OpenCV, deep learning, SQLite, or whatever technologies you have used in your project? You can customize this thing, right? So how you should explain? Just make sure 3 to 4 bullet points are enough, or 2 to 3 bullet points are enough to mention in your resume. Like See, in my previous video as well, like I have addressed this thing that you usually say I made a project or I build a project. Avoid these type of words and use developed a project, worked upon a project, or designed a project or designed an application. So these some kind of technical vocabulary that you can use and you can make sure that here you are an outstanding person from the crowd. Right. So you should mention like developed an automated attendance system using facial recognition, reducing manual effort by 70%. Then how you can how did you implement it? So I have implemented real-time face detection and recognition using OpenCV and pre-trained deep model. Then what is kind of optimization you have done it. So optimize accuracy through image pre-processing techniques, achieving an 85% of success rate, and integrated attendance storage and tracking using SQLite. So in these four bullet points, you have described all of your project and all of the technologies that you have used and what are the like kind of we can say what are the impact of this project again. You have mentioned everything. Now we take second example. So second example can be any disease detection. So I have taken breast cancer detection using machine learning, right? So it can be anything. It can be any machine learning project. So first of all, project title, then technologies you have used, then all the description line like that. Okay. Now, if you want that for your project, how you can describe it, like for specifically for your project. So don't worry, I will give you some chat GPT prompt that you can paste on chat GPT and you have to paste your project description, little description of your project, and chat GPT will give you the proper description of your project. Or if you want the detailed video that how you can use chat GPT for your interview preparation or like for your project description, I will make a separate video. If you want, let me know in the comment section. Let's move on to the next. So next is AI chatbot. Usually you people are like making these type of projects these days. So project title, technologies, and like this days, developed an AI powered chatbot using natural language processing NLP to automate customer service. Then what you have done and then what you have integrated and like kind of what is the result of it. So in 4 lines you can describe so easily. Right. The next point is the next project is some of the people have made their project on data analysis. So I have taken the example of coffee sales analysis or you can take any example or according to your project you can modify it. Just these are the just sample projects I have taken. Right. And if we talk about fifth, so fifth is e-commerce website using HTML, CSS, React.js because mainly you people are using React.js in your development websites. So this is how you can mention. Right. Now let's talk about the cheat sheet I was talking about that I will provide you. And also on my Instagram, I put a story yesterday night that tomorrow I will be uploading the project related video. So if you have any concern or if you have any specific doubt, you can ask. So I have answered all of your doubts in the same cheat sheet. Now I am showing you. See, first of all, I have taken that how you should explain your project for CSIT students, right? For BTech, CSIT, BCMC, like for technical persons, technical students. Okay. So project introduction, one-liner, objective and problem statement, as per I mentioned in the PPT. Right. Now then text step, then what was your role in your project, challenges and faced solution, outcome and result, future scope and improvement, what are the learning, key takeaways, etc. Right. So this is same till now in the PPT. Now, for other branches like for EC, mechanical engineering or other branch, so this is how you should explain the project. So the students from non-CSIT person or interdisciplinary projects, you can mention like first of all project introduction, one-liner. So start with the project and the primary focus on your project. Like example for EC, I worked on a smart home automation system using IoT technology to remotely control appliances via mobile app, etc., etc. Right. So these are the like this is how you can mention your project or this is how you can describe your project during the interview time. Okay, so I have discussed all the things here. Now I have provided you the complete project explanation for these projects that are so much in trend. Like because when I take mock interviews now, so I got to know about like these type of projects you guys are building these type. So the first I have taken is facial recognition attendance system. So again, according to as per we have mentioned That project introduction, then objective and problem statement, then tech stack, your role in project challenges, and what are the outcomes. Then if we see later, then what were your learning. Then for the breast cancer detection using machine learning, so I have taken all these things, and this is how you can mention. Right. If we talk about the third project that is AI chatbot, so these are the things how you can mention all the things, right? And then coffee sales data analysis I have provided you, and then e-commerce website using HTML, CSS, and React.js. Now, how you can describe finally, like in one go, when the interviewer will ask, okay, explain about your project. So how will you how will you describe, right? So previously we have discussed in point to point. Now in one go we will be seeing that for facial recognition attendance system, how you should say, I worked on a facial recognition attendance system aimed at automating the traditional attendance processes. The goal was to speed up attendance marking and reduce manual errors. I used Python for the backend, OpenCV for facial detection, and pre-trained deep learning model for face recognition. The system stores attendance record in SQLite database and make it easy to track who attended it when. My role was primarily in implementing the facial recognition module. I worked on ensuring that the system could accurately identify faces under different lighting conditions and angles, etc., etc. So this is kind of a complete description, right? This is how you can mention, or this is how you can explain your project during the call of your interview. Okay. Now, if we talk about AI chatbot, so this is the complete description. You can have a look here. Then e-commerce website. So again, I have put in all the description here. Right. Now, this is how you should mention your project in your resume. So I have described two ways that this is how you can mention. Like for example, facial recognition attendance system. So project title and technology. Now the changes in just description. Either you can describe in kind of paragraph form or you can describe in kind of bullet form. Personally, I would recommend to describe your project in bullets because it will show your resume kind of so clear and point to point information you have provided and kind of like saaf suthra resume you will be having, right? So now your wish that you want a descriptive kind of description or bullet point, but in my opinion you should mention your project in your resume in bullet form, right? So I have taken some examples, you can have a look. Second way is like in bullet form. So, according to your need or according to your opinion, you can describe, but my suggestion would be for bullet points. Now, these are the questions that subscriber demanded to cover in this video itself, right? So, I have taken the question that they asked. The first question asked is, why did you choose this project? Because this question, most of the time the interviewer will ask you, why did you choose this project, right? So when answering this question in an interview, it is important to show a mix of personal interest as well as that you are going to learn something new or like uh, you wanted to know something about it. So first of all, mention your personal interest, right? Like I have always been fascinating by this topic, whatever your project topic is, right? Whatever technologies you have used. So you have to mention that technology, and I wanted to explore how it can be applied in real world problems. Then the second is relevance to career goals. So how this project is going to be helpful for you in your career goals, right? Then the third is opportunity to learn or challenge. Then the fourth is impact and contribution. And here the complete answer, like how you can describe it one go. See, why I stress all the things too much because so that you can understand why they are asking this question, what is the purpose of asking this question, or if anything, like anything is a kind of they are asking a question by round and round. So you can understand that okay, this time they are asking this thing and I have to explain in that way. रट्टू तोता बनने की जरूरत नहीं है. First understand what they are asking, why they are asking, what is the purpose behind asking it, and then you have to act accordingly. So I have provided you the complete sample answer here. Like I chose this project because I have always been passionate about artificial intelligence and its real world application. It also aligned with my career goal of working in AI driven technologies, etc. etc. Again, I would say this is kind of just sample answer. If your project is related to web development, then this sample answer is like nothing to use because it is completely changed. Your domain has completely changed. So I have just provided you the sample answer. You can customize these all the things according to your need, according to your project title. Now, Again, I would suggest to watch this video if you haven't watched, right? You can take from the channel itself, right? The next question on my Insta story I got is, what is the difference between your project and existing one? So this is how you can explain. I have clearly explained each and everything. First of all, highlight unique features, because to just clone a project is not like a good way. You can clone a project, but the thing is, what you have learned and what are the new features you have added, right? So you should mention these type of things, etc. So this is how you can mention, and again a complete simple answer. Now the third question I got is it okay to clone a project? So I have provided you when cloning project is okay. So there are some points, and when it is not okay. So just copying without understanding is not okay, because it is not going to work for you, right? And presenting clone work as original. So sometimes what happens is some people just take the code from GitHub and they put in your resume, and when the interviewer will ask the cross question and you guys are not able to answer, so that time the interviewer will easily get to know that yes, this is not your project, you have taken from somewhere. So it is not a good approach. If you are picking up the code or picking up the project from GitHub or any site, make sure that at least you are well prepared with the project description, right? So I would suggest use ChatGPT very well, so that you can describe your project. Because see, interviews are near, and many of you are not yet done with your project. I know, because I got to know here about this. Like, ma'am, I haven't done any project, or like what should I do now? So you can pick a project from GitHub, though. But the thing is, you have to mention all the things. You have to explain your project very well. You have to describe all the things very well and so clearly, so that interviewer will not get the idea that yes, you have copied the project, or yes, you have cheated, right? So thus I think the video is going to be very helpful for you. Now how you can access this PDF? Once this video will hit 500 views and 100 likes, right? I will pin the comment. I will pin this PDF link. So yes, you have to come onto the video and you can see the pin comment. I will pin, and you can take the video from take the sleep sheet from there itself. Don't worry, but after 500 views and 100 likes, I will do it, because it takes so much of effort. So I need your support. And if you want preparation material for any specific company like Accenture, Cognizant, Capgemini, etc., a common technical interview cracker along with the project related stuff, etc. So you can visit my TopMate account. I will provide the link in the description box, as well as in the from here you can get on my channel. You have to come, and here links are added. So here TopMate link you will find, and once you will click, you can get the easy access. Till now, 203 bookings are already done. Okay. So yeah, let's meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye and take care. I think the video was helpful for you. So please do share and do subscribe the channel if you haven't yet. Bye bye. Meet in the next video. Keep preparing, keep exploring.